Netflix put out this a lot of stats of the millions of views that WWE has generated. I'm going to read right from this, from the release that they put out, that it's been 1 year with 52 Raws, 12 premium live events, and too many body slams to count since Netflix entered the WWE ring. During WWE's first year on Netflix, we welcomed dozens of celebrities, which I think dozens is undercutting it. Of what is qualified as a celebrity on Netflix is, I would think it would be in the hundreds. And said that we also said goodbye to a familiar face, mentioning Cena. We brought back a few old friends into the fray. Yes, we can smell what The Rock is cooking. There was a very eager intern that wrote this. But beyond just smashing chairs and smashing opponents, it's been a year of smashing records on Netflix. To celebrate WWE's 1 year anniversary, we wanted to look at the incredible reach on Netflix with our TAM. Netflix members welcomed WWE with a bang. But thankfully, no permanent injuries. In 2025, our members watched 525 million hours of WWE content. And that was just SmackDown on Fridays. Of this total, Raw accounted for nearly 340 million views and 185 million views for premium live events. I'm not going to go over this. They touted the amount of times they showed up in the global top 10, which was pretty routine for them up until Stranger Things and Diddy did a number on WWE in the top 10 rankings. But typically over the 52 shows, 52 weeks, Raw's averaged more than 3 million views per week. That is a worldwide number. Nothing here about, well, and it's not just the US. Raw has also made the top 10 in 34 countries, including the hotbed that is Bolivia, where they appeared in the top 10 for 49 weeks. So in terms of countries they showed up the most in, US, 51 of the 52 weeks, Bolivia, 49 weeks, Canada, 48, and the UK, 40 weeks. So my question to you is, when is a PLE going to Bolivia? Okay, that's the nation we never hear any rumblings of a potential event. That is the hotbed, okay? Don't give me Mexico, Japan, the UK. It's Bolivia.
At this point, it might be the one untapped market when it comes to professional wrestling. You know those crowd reactions are going to be amazing. So they probably should be investing in Bolivian talent right now that they can build up. Great, I guess. Congratulations. I mean, this is exactly, I think, the type of thing you would expect out of a partnership. You know, like these numbers sound high enough that they are I don't know, they sound impressive enough, you know, to people who might not be looking into the monthly, week to week. From what you are able to gauge, how much of a success would you say this first year has been for Netflix and WWE?
I think this first year, I would give it, maybe if I was giving it a letter grade, I'd maybe go with a B. I think that they feel cooler than they've cooled off in comparison to where we were a year ago. And that's not even taking into account the impact of the first Raw on Netflix. It'd be hard to replicate that. But I think just overall, I think the company is a bit cooler this year. But that said, I think in the long run, this is the platform you want to be on for your programming, in particular Raw and worldwide. I think that had Raw renewed and stayed on the USA Network, I think they would have been decimated by this big data plus panel change, the amount of homes that no longer have cable. This was the time to move. It's a very profitable deal for WWE to be in. But would I say like Netflix has taken them to this new stratosphere? I can't say that. They had a remarkably successful year, and Netflix is a part of that. But I would say certainly that the beginning on Netflix, like I don't think they've been able to replicate that. What they had for the first couple of months where just being on Netflix was this big deal. And we've also seen like over time that it has, you know, these last couple of months, I think you have seen less and less of, you know, they were falling out of these charts, and some of it is like it is bigger programming that they were dealing with at the same time. But I think they are, this Mania season, we'll see if they can kind of renew that, because this is going to be a Mania that is very much hinged on if there is a big character or storyline that takes hold and grabs you, rather than just there's an overall popularity boom that they experienced a year ago. And I don't know what that storyline is or what that hook is. I don't know if anyone's looking at Mania right now and has a dream match in store that they're all hoping that they execute on. It's going to have to be something that they organically build over these next couple of months. Throughout the month of January, you have the chance to lock in your subscription at the Post Wrestling Cafe for all of 2026 before the price increase takes effect February the 1st. Simply sign up before February 1st and you will lock in that price all year long. If that's not enough, this month we have the annual Best and Worst of show as we get together with the Poison Rana crew to look back at 2025. We're also doing live watch-alongs of the Royal Rumbles from 1990 and 1995 with Brandon from New Jersey, a retrospective on the Tanahashi-Okada rivalry, plus reaction to Wrestle Kingdom 20, a review of TNA's debut on AMC, and much more, including TNA Genesis, UFC 324. It's all found at postwrestlingcafe.com.